is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. At least 10 people were killed and 15 were wounded when rival clan militias clashed in central Somalia, residents and community elders said on Tuesday. The battle broke out in the neighborhood of Balnabal district in the Galdoud region. Both sides used rocket-propelled grenades, anti-aircraft guns, and assault rifles, witnesses and officials said. What sparked the battle between the Airi and Marharen clans remains unclear, but the two rival groups have had a history of repeated disputes about pasture rights, water wells, and other clan disagreements. Now, the United States Secretary General on Tuesday made the strongest possible appeal for all parties in Ethiopia to immediately end the fighting in Tigray and other areas. Speaking to journalists in New York, Antonio Guterres said that it will allow for effective humanitarian access and relief to all affected populations throughout Ethiopia. The actions will also pave the way to a much-needed inclusive national dialogue involving all Ethiopians, he added. Now to coup matters. Guinea-Bissau's president survived an attempted coup after assailants armed with machine guns and AK-47s attacked the government palace for hours while the president and prime minister were inside holding a cabinet meeting. The reported coup, described by President Umaru Sissoco Embalo as a failed attack against democracy in the Western African state, left many members of the security forces dead. The president said the attempted coup has to do with the country's fight against narco-trafficking. Now, Washington is ready to impose additional costs on Sudan's military leaders if violence against protesters continues and is looking at options to increase pressure, U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Molly Fee said on Tuesday. The Central Committee of Sudanese Doctors said since the October 25 coup, at least 79 civilians have been killed and over 2,000 injured in crackdowns on the protests, mainly by gunshots and tear gas canisters. Now, Tanzania's members of parliament have elected a new parliamentary speaker after the previous one resigned, following fallout with President Samia Suluhu. Tulia Ackson, who has been deputizing in the role, now becomes the second female speaker in the history of the East African nation's parliament. She won by a landslide with 376 votes. The parliament has 393 members. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. Business and more coming your way after the break. Just stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, Chinese and French oil giants sealed a landmark $10 billion deal on Tuesday to develop Uganda's energy resources and build a vast regional oil pipeline, a mega project that has incensed environmental groups. The final investment decision was announced at a ceremony in Kampala by the heads of France's Total Energies and the China National Offshore Oil Corporation. The project aims to exploit the huge crude oil reserves at Lake Albert, a 160-kilometer natural border between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, Egypt is considering replacing a popular bread subsidy with cash payments for the poor to protect the budget from soaring global wheat prices. But domestic inflation and a history of protest could make the government opt for a less ambitious reform. Under the existing program, more than 60 million Egyptians, or nearly two-thirds of the population, get 5 loaves of round bread daily for 50 cents a month. The rise in inflation in 2021 made it harder to replace the support for bread and other food with cash handouts. Now, moving away from business to COVID updates. The World Health Organization warned on Tuesday that the vast amount of waste produced in tackling the COVID-19 pandemic posed a threat to human and environmental health. The extra waste is exposing a dire need to improve waste management practices, the UN Health Agency said. Over 140 million test kits have been shipped, with the potential to generate 2,600 tons of mainly plastic, non-infectious waste and 731,000 liters of chemical wastes. Now, countries in South, East and West Africa have seen a decline in COVID-19 new virus cases over the past 2 weeks, said Sasha Bootsman, WHO COVID-19 Incident Manager in South Sudan. However, Northern Africa is still witnessing a surge. Some 143 million people are fully vaccinated, which is around 10.6% of the continent's population. The U.S. mission in Nigeria on Tuesday launched a new visa application procedure aimed at expanding services to assist non-immigrant visa applicants in the country to qualify to renew their visas. The U.S. mission consular coordinator said the program is targeted specifically at student and tourist visas and some work visas that the mission is able to process in Nigeria. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.TOSTVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.